Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. It's happening, Kramer Dog.
Oh man, super
Playoffs.
wild card weekend.
It is super wild card Saturday. We're ready to go. About to witness a historic day. 3 NFL playoff games in a row, and then another 3 coming up tomorrow. Ryan, I tweeted it out. This is the first time ever in which you can watch 3 NFL games on the same day and eat Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
It is a great Saturday.
It's never happened before. God bless. No pun intended.
Unlike with my parlay ticket, obviously I assumed it had never happened. I did the rough math. I have never heard of it, so in my mind, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
They have a location in a football stadium that's closed during games for the Falcons.
Yes.
So yes.
It seems like that is not possible. We're live over on YouTube, Periscope, streaming everywhere, and we're going to be taking some calls later using the app Locker Room. So if you guys aren't on the Locker Room app right now, you can download the Locker Room app, find the link over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, download that. And then you can call in. So the Locker Room is like kind of audio only. You can watch the video, and much like any sort of a talk radio show, you can just hit request to speak. We'll take your call. We're talking player props, DFS, parlays, whatever you guys want to get involved in. Let me know, and
let Sean know.
Yeah, I'm saying call in. Let us know what you guys are, what you guys want your questions answered as far as
you sound like the guy who shows up to your compound in Mexico that says, "Whatever you need, my friend. you come to me. Whatever you need, my friend."
Well, we can start with the game in Buffalo, Ryan. We of course are both on the Buffalo Bills, laying 6.5. Love that today. It's a little scary. I feel like there are some people piling on the Bills -6.5. I know my brother just texted me. He's on Colts +7.
Really? I like it. I like where we're at, Sean.
I don't, but I haven't heard enough people on the Colts +7. You could talk yourself into it, but the thing about this Bills team is not only do they win, but they really step on your throat. We saw that with that Miami game. They had all the reasons to just run the clock out, but Barkley's dropping bombs and they're still throwing all over the place.
Well, we're finally getting to the point where it's legitimate to think that a coach in the National Football League actually grew up on Madden.
Yes,
and I think we might have a situation with like that with the Bills. Why not?
Brian Daboll looks
reps,
like
baby.
a guy who's played a lot of Madden. I mean, the Bills offensive coordinator. I mean, just do yourself a favor and pull up the photo. He's got the head shave with the giant thick beard. So he certainly looks right out of a Madden tournament.
Well, I just think, like, why not? We just had this massive controversy with the Philadelphia Eagles wanting to get reps. The Bills are doing it the right way, Sean. They're just blowing people out to get their backups reps. Let's fucking go. Real quick, I will say the pregame show is definitely starting to slant towards the Colts. A lot of Frank Reich returning home to this.
That is the storyline.
You know, he's Buffalo's golden child. A lot of talk about what Frank Reich can do. Unfortunately, Sean, he's not playing the football game.
No, he's not. He is the coach. I just think, you know, that Costanzo injury, I think is going to kind of come back to haunt him. You got Phillip Rivers outside. I was walking my dogs this morning.
How'd that go?
It was good.
Yeah.
But it's 8 a.m. Even on the West Coast, 8 a.m. It's a little cold. You can feel a little soreness. Of course, I am an athlete, Ryan. Been putting in those running miles. So I think banged up Phillip Rivers, and he's still dealing with that toe thing. You don't want to go outside in Buffalo. That's I don't know. That just doesn't sound that amazing. Let's start throwing out some props.
Well, real quick, Sean, if you are just listening on Locker Room and you'd like to see what myself and the athlete known as Sean looks like, you can head over to YouTube, Twitter, any of the properties that we exist on. And we got some people in. I don't see any requests to speak yet. Was kind of hoping we get a post curling Adam over here to mix it up.
Long time listener, first time caller. Yes. Right, feel free to chime in with your questions.
One piece of business. I did late in the week. I created big boys for both Saturday and Sunday.
Big boys. Explain that.
DraftKings big boy, $100 buy-in. Top 2 out of 15 get paid. Winner gets $1,000. There's still spots. I'm a little disappointed in the DGens. We still have a lot of spots in the big boy that starts in 27 minutes.
Wow.
Sean. A lot of stress this morning before we get to the props, finalizing DFS lineups, finalizing FFPC lineups. And then lastly, I think it's time. Let's talk about those prop bets.
Exactly. We already get a question. Who scores first in the first game? We're looking at some first touchdown props. I like, Cole Beasley is playing. He's always interesting. I like him.
By the way, a little controversy. Cole Beasley getting some love on the All-Pro vote. I don't know if I don't know.
He got one vote. Who cares? Come on. There's a reporter in Buffalo. Cole Beasley, I think, is kind of, with the exception of his one All-Pro vote, I think he's kind of been overlooked. He's back. He's hyped. I'm going Cole Beasley for my guy on Buffalo, and I'll give you a one on Indy. Trey Burton plus 3,200. Cole Beasley's at plus 1,300. So
what are these first touchdown?
First touchdown props. Yep. What are you looking at, Kramer?
I like it. I like your effort to get cute there. I would not advise getting cute. I think if I'm looking to play a first touchdown on this game, I'm probably going to grab Diggs. Maybe I grab Taylor. Hines. I'm going to go chalk. I'm not going to do anything fun with this game. I'm very invested in the Bills, Sean. I don't need to get crazy. I do like leaning into the Diggs prop, and someone threw it out there. Phillip Rivers to throw an interception. You nailed it. Cold bones. Cold bones. And if you dive deeper into the Phillip Rivers performance, tails off as the game goes on, could be a product of that arm wearing down. I love the over half interception.
Yeah, I'm seeing over half interceptions minus 155. So that feels like a lock. Slam that.
Give it to me, baby.
Slam that bad mamma jamma. We got some people throwing in parlays. Again, feel free to give us a call on the Locker Room app audio. Oh, Colby Dant, the Dantabase. He's saying Redskins, Bills, and Seahawks parlay.
Who are the Redskins? So I'm sure I'll recycle this tonight, Sean, when we have our live stream during the Bucks football team game, as they're now called. But I like Colby's angle, playing that the Washington football team won't be sieged on the ground twice in 1 week. I like their defense getting it together. I think the Bucks, this group of Pirates, tries to use the air to defeat our Washington football team. So I like where Colby's head's at there.
We got some Yemdog81 saying Taylor, Rojo, Montgomery, Henry. He's parlaying all those anytime score plus 1185.
Hashtag Legends only.
I didn't get a chance to put it together with my my FFPC playoff challenge share list. Final count, Sean.
Yeah,
11 teams. Final count 11 teams, all of the $200 ones, and but I do have some Ronald Jones shares, and I think he's an interesting one because if you walk through the playoff bracket, they could very well have to go to Green Bay next week.
Yes, and
so if they're going to win, you could see a 2-game stretch here. And not that I like them to win today, Sean. I famously like the football team.
Yeah,
me
horrible
and Joe,
pick.
Myself and Joe Theismann agreed that it's a great pick this weekend. I do have a Washington football team. Again, stay tuned. We will be doing a live stream tonight for the Washington football team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers
simulcast.
Gambling simulcast over
first half of the Washington game. BetterViewLive.com for that. Yemdog wanting to know, does Beasley kill McKenzie's value in DFS? I think he does. I mean, McKenzie had an awesome game last week, and shout out to Bills insider Adam Peltier. I did have McKenzie in my DFS lineup. Didn't quite pull down the million, but that was huge. He was only 3,000 in DFS last week. I don't think he gets involved as much, especially not only is Beasley back, but also John Brown. Yeah. I think that limits McKenzie's options. I do think Dawson Knox, I wouldn't be surprised he gets a touchdown.
Well, if you looked at the flow chart over at Gambling Podcast on Twitter, sportsgamblingpodcast.com. But if you look at the flow chart for today, you'll see a lot of Bills in there, including Knox and John Brown. So I'm with you. I think McKenzie can still be a fun dart throw, but it's gone from like a dart throw from 10 feet away to a dart throw from 200 feet away.
Yeah. And again, if you're watching or if you're listening on Locker Room, give us a call. All you do is hit request to talk. We will chat with you live, answer your DFS gambling questions for this super wild card weekend.
Talking to you, Ryan. Talking to you, Moonoff. I see some guys in there.
Let's get it going.
Wait, is Buddha Baker in the chat? I see a guy named Buddha. Congratulations on the All Pro.
Ain't smoking my weed.
Oh, we got a. Is that a caller?
That's a caller. Let's bring on Moonoff.
Sweet
contributor to the sportsgamblingpodcast.com. All around, just he's taken me on a journey. We dominated the NBA slate the other day.
You did. You guys had a nice.
Moonoff's a prop god, so we got to know what are you getting involved with, Moonoff?
What's going on, you guys? How you doing this morning?
Good.
Just wanted to. What do you guys think about Jonathan Taylor's over rushing yards? I think it was around 90 when I posted it on the article.
I think this is one of those situations where I'm so blinded by the Bills, but if the Colts win, it's because Taylor has a huge game. So for me, that's more of a hedging position. Sean, I think Sean's completely out on it. He's still got his crush on Nyheim Hines.
Well, yeah, my angle for under Jonathan Taylor rushing yards of 90 is that I think they're going to be playing from behind. So I think they're going to be throwing a bunch. That's why I like Nyheim Hines getting those PPR points. But again, Jonathan Taylor, 90 yards. He gets so many carries. If they can keep this close, I think you can go over that. I do think I wouldn't like betting Jonathan Taylor, and Kramer hit on it, because I like the Bills. I don't see a world where he gets over 90 yards and the Bills cover. But I do like, I'm looking at your player props. I really do like Dawson Knox anytime touchdown plus 225. What made you throw that one in there?
I think that Diggs and some of the guys that they got back are going to get a lot more attention, and they've targeted Knox a lot in the red zone. So I don't see why for any time touchdown they won't throw the ball to him down in that end zone.
Yeah, love it.
I like it.
And what's your any other props today jump out at you, Moonoff? I see you got a ton here on your post over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, but if I had to hold you down, what would be your one lock here for the rest of these?
Let me take a look and I'll jump back on with you.
Awesome.
Sweet.
All right, we got another caller.
Thanks for hopping on.
We got a Sports Gambling Podcast site editor and rich fat baby Ryan McKee joining us live.
What's happening, McKee?
I had to request to speak when Kramer was talking about how great he is at NBA gambling. I feel like that was a slight against me.
No, Ryan's always team up. Appreciate you calling in. You got any best bets today?
Is this the ultimate letdown spot for the Bills today?
It is getting scary,
and it's really scary because everyone loves the Bills. I've looked at a bunch of angles, and I can't not pick the Bills. It could be a tremendous letdown spot. I totally agree.
I feel the same way. I can't bet on Phillip Rivers in cold weather.
No one can, and that's why it's so scary. Do you have any props, McKee?
I'm all, you guys were just talking about it, but I'm all in on Jonathan Taylor, even though it really scares me the fact that I expect the Bills to roll this one. But because Phillip Rivers can't throw it in cold weather, I feel like they're going to have to run it with him. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that's the angle. And maybe that there is a world where Jonathan Taylor gets to 90 and you still get the over, or sorry, Jonathan Taylor gets to 90 and you still get that Bills cover.
And just so people know, I'm seeing that number drop as low as 82 out in the wild. So
wow.
There's definitely opportunity if you like the over. Sean, just to kind of flip to the other side of the conversation with, if you like the Bills game flow, Nyheim Hines, 32.5 receiving yards, 3.5 receptions. There's juice on the receptions prop, but that receiving yards seems
32
like
receiving yards all over that. And Kramer, why don't we so we can get some talk going? Thanks for calling in, McKee.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a look at our joint FFPC lineup, Ryan? Run through that, because I think that's probably a similar lane to a lot of our player props, and we can hit on some of the games. We've been going kind of Bills heavy.
Well, I was going to say the next game on deck after that is the Seahawks game. It's down to 3. That has to tell you that says Goff's playing.
It does, but again, I betted at 3.5 Seattle. I bet it again at 3 if I didn't already bet so much at 3.5. I think Seattle's offensive line, I feel like we're the only one talking about the fact that Seattle's offensive line healthy. Walter Football pointed it out. Second time, or the second time since week 4 they've had all their offensive linemen. That's going to be huge. And you have Russell Wilson. Pete Carroll has never lost at home in the playoffs. Granted, they don't have the 12th man.
What are you? I guess my question to people betting against the Seahawks today: what are you betting on?
Well, I think you're betting on the fact that Seattle hasn't looked amazing, but they're still 12-4. McVay has kind of had Seattle's number.
You're being contrarian,
and Carroll's number. I think McVay's only lost to Carroll twice in his career, so they certainly had Seattle's number. I think you're leaning in on that. You like the idea that Jalen Ramsey can slow down DK Metcalf, but again, we've seen this post non-cooking Russ Seattle team. Their defense is playing, much better now. Jamal Adams, he is banged up, so maybe he isn't as impactful as he's been previously.
I mean, I think what I've told myself, and I do have I think I have one single Cam Akers share in the FFPC, which I have our joint lineup now, Sean. But I think that's the angle I'm leaning into if I'm trying to be contrarian here, is that they're able to run the ball and the defense locks it down. I just can't see a world where the Rams offense wins in a shootout against Russ. I just don't, especially with Wolford again. Shout out to John Jackson, John Boy Beats over on Twitter. He dropped the nugget, right? First time starters, wild card weekend, so 9-30 straight up. And I think it gets even worse against the spread. I don't have the numbers in front of me, Sean, but I don't know. I feel blinded to the games, the early games at least today, the 2 early games, because I get the angle on why you would like Tampa to win in a rout against the football team.
Yep.
But the other 2 games, I can't do anything but look chalk, Sean. I see we have a lot of questions piling up.
A lot of questions piling up, and why not, get your questions on air using the Locker Room app, sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Just download the app, hop in the room, request to talk. We have no call screeners, so you will get on.
Well, I'm the call screener. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, Kramer is the call screener, but you'll get on. What about Fortune 78X saying, what about Jonathan Taylor? 2 touchdowns plus 500. I'm not on that, but again, if you're talking yourself into the Colts, he certainly will get some goal line looks.
If you like the Colts, I'm all for piling up on some DGen props on Jonathan Taylor. Because I think,
but honestly, if you like the Colts, I would rather take them money line than that Jonathan Taylor 2 touchdowns.
No, but I think if there's an opportunity to take 100 yards, 2 touchdown type of prop on Jonathan Taylor, that maybe that's the angle you go, Sean.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we don't have Taylor in our FFPC lineup.
No.
But
throw that out, because that'll
the joint. We gave out our personal lineups on the show.
Yep.
But we put one together. We put a lineup together as a group. Josh Allen is our quarterback, Sean. Derrick Henry, J.K. Dobbins are 2 running backs. Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf are 2 receivers. In the flex, Naheem Hines. We expect that to be a very different, big time dart throw. 1 game performance we're looking for there. Tyreek Hill also. We expect that to be a lower owned. Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson, Jared Cook, another dart from us, and then Cairo Santos from the Bears and the Washington Football Team defense.
Yes. That is a fun FFPC lineup. Kramer, sounds like we got a caller.
Oh, we have the caller of callers, Bill, the Don of Bill's Mafia himself.
Oh, here
Adam
we go.
Pelletier. He was on the podcast touting some big boy lineups. By the way, still spots in the big boy. Get your lineup in now. Adam, how did curling go this morning?
Got the dub at curling. Now the Bills are going to get a dub this afternoon. Bills Mafia is so ready, boys. There is no blue light left in the city of Charlotte.
That is.
Oh wow, you bought it all up. Adam
I didn't
coming
get
for the
to
win.
it. I thought I was going to be able to get some this morning, but it is gone. It is gone. We ran out at halftime at the bar last year. It sounds like we're out already.
All the Bills fans who went south for the weather and still keeping the Bills Mafia alive.
6,700 plus fans in attendance. They all were COVID screened. Sean, the most shocking news to me is that only 100 people tested positive.
Wow,
of the
is pretty
fans
good.
who did the pre-screening up in Buffalo. So kudos to you, City of Buffalo. But we talked about this: 6,700 people. Stephon Diggs was playing catch with the fans before the game.
Yeah,
I don't think that feels like it violates the protocol. I don't know if it can be transmitted on leather, but boy. I mean, how loud are they going to sound to Phillip Rivers and his old ass ears dealing with the kids every day? I feel his
snap
pain.
count. It's going to feel like 67,000. Adam, I know obviously you're heavy on the Bills, but any player props you like on the Bills, but really any overs or any overs on the Colts player props that as a Bills fan you can admit you're worried about or you think have a chance of hitting? Because I'd like to hear that angle.
I'm going to say if you're looking at anything with Michael Pittman, that's going to be an interesting play.
Okay.
Or their other receiver, Zach Pascal, either of those guys. I think the Bills are going to key up to shut down Jonathan Taylor and contain that running game.
Yeah.
So I'm fading anything with the backs, but anything with Pascal or Pittman, I'd be interested in taking a flyer on.
And I think Pittman's an interesting throw in DFS today because we've seen him perform, right? We almost hit a DGens only prop with him earlier in the season against Tennessee. This is a guy that you can tell he's kind of a Phillip Rivers type receiver, more so than T.Y. Hilton. So I like that angle. But what's the alternate spread you're willing to buy your Bills up to? Are you laying 21.5 today?
I'd go up to about 12.5.
Oh,
probably the highest number I'd go. You could probably catch me at 13.5 though. But 12.5, that 13.5, I think the Bills are comfortably going to win.
Give them a couple of beers. You could talk yourself into Bills 13.
What I just heard is the first leg of our pleaser. Yeah, that's what I just heard because I'm putting one in.
What are you pairing? And if you've never heard of a pleaser teaser, it's basically a normal teaser. You get the 6 points. A pleaser, you're so confident you give away an extra 6 points. I do love the confidence of like, fuck you, I don't need your points. I can cover the spread by an extra 6. And it obviously juices the odds way up. But Ryan, what would we pair now you could talk me.
I know what I'd pair it with, and if especially if there's 9.5s out there, I'm going to take give me the football team plus 3.5, and the Bills laying the 12.5. I mean, taking Mr. Unlimited to 9 feels
no. It's a pleaser, so you would have football team to 3.
That's what I said, and Bills the 12 minus 12.5.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But Mr. Unlimited to -9, that might get a little dicey.
Yeah, no, that's my pleaser is give me the Bills up to 13.5 or no,
Titans
12.5.
Titans -3 is another fun way to play that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
because with the pleaser, flipping it around 0 is the way to go.
You're right. Maybe I do a Saturday Sunday pleaser, so it would be Bills 12.5 and Titans -3.
All right, let's let Adam get out of here. Give us the final score prediction one more time.
Oh, I called it the other day. It's going to be 42-20.
Sounds like you're willing to go up to 21.5. I'm just going to put that on the record.
I mean, if you catch me in a few more beers, I might go up to 21.5. Might in-game it up to 21.5, depending on how good the Bills look coming out.
All right, Sean, game starts in 10 minutes. Let's let Adam go.
Minutes away from kickoff.
I'm sure he's got some tables to jump through in preparation for the big game. Adam, good luck today.
I appreciate it, guys. We'll see you later.
Bills Mafia, the Don himself, Adam Pelletier.
The Don himself.
Brian, we have a real quick start-sit question for you in the YouTube chat. Flower, edible, or pen? You can only start one, and then who's your backup?
Or just power. The more interesting angle here is a fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
I think you marry. I think you marry the pen. You fuck the edible, and you just like I get it. I get the hippie angle. Maybe you want to go with the straight flower, but right now for playoff time, maybe you got kids around that can get a little smelly. They might think a skunk's died in the viewing room. You never know. Edibles, the pen, they keep the scent out. So just a little advice for you, Sean. I see a bunch of bunch of random questions piling up here.
Okay.
I think maybe not. I do like the start sit. I guess to answer your question explicitly, I'm starting the edible today because it's a long day. I need that slow release. I need that time release. I can't have it all happen at the same time.
Can't load it up right away there. Kramer, any other, should we do some first touchdowns for the late game? What else are we going to get in here? We are minutes away from kickoff of Super Wild Card Saturday. Probably have time for one more caller to answer your gambling DFS fantasy questions, whatever it may be. And I'm seeing, what I was just almost saw an alternate line on the Bills. Hold on, scrolling.
I will say, this call-in feature is a fun angle. Shout out to the people watching in Locker Room. If you want to see us, check out sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Find us at Gambling Podcast on Twitter, youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast. If you're a Twitch guy, we're even over there.
Twitch.
Of your old Facebook, we're on that. We got everything covered, all the demographics. Still spots in the big boy. If you motherfuckers don't fill this big boy up, I'm gonna be very disappointed in everyone. Sean, I will say, I mean, we've had a nice history of giving out some traditions on the pregame show. One of them has been a money line 2-teamer.
Ooh, okay. I already know mine.
Let's hear it.
Give me the Tennessee. They don't play today though. They play Sunday. So give me the.
That's fine. You can make
Tennessee Titans parlayed with the Chicago Bears. Upset City on Sunday. Here's how I think it's going to work. The gambling gods will be kind to us early, letting a lot of chalk slip through, giving people on board. As you can see, I'm wearing my Shield hat, supporting the brand of the National Football League.
They didn't take it away after what the Eagles did week 17, Sean.
No,
okay.
They know how the game's played.
Oh, you've switched teams to the NFL. I get it.
NFL. I'm a league first kind of guy, Ryan, and I think that Bears Titans. I think things are going to get wonky come Sunday because people are going to have a good Saturday.
Yeah.
Gambling. It's just this easy. Why? Who would be crazy to hop on these
They'll
dogs?
build them up and then crash them down because there is going to be a big what your theory is that the Bucks don't get shocked because I'm in the other side of that camp. I think
the shock happens on Sunday.
I think the shock happens Saturday night while less people are watching, and then tomorrow we have it all. We have it all just happen. Real quick, we're talking props. We got 6 minutes before the game start. Another, I'm going to tout John Boy Beats again because we like bets that involve you not having to think.
Yeah.
Bet every single under 1.5 yard.
Oh yeah, this is a great prop bet because a lot of times they'll say shortest touchdown scored, and they set the line at 1.5. And thank God that there is pass interference in the end zone because that results in a lot of plays happening at the 1 yard line, goal line stands.
I got the numbers right now, right in front of me.
Okay.
Wild card is this is just the NFL playoffs period. A number of games to have a 1 yard touchdown. 2020, 9 games, 2019, 8 games, 2018, 8 games, 2017, 10 games. The point is bet every single under. Just bulk buy the under for shortest touchdown at 1.5. I've seen some places have that out there, so definitely shop around. Last thing that we should give out before the games start, Sean.
Sure.
Is I know it's not the same. I can't quite give you a first half parlay for today, but I am going to give you a 5-teamer first half parlay stretched against 2 days. Give me the Bills -4. Give me the Redskins. Wow. I'm on I see them listed as a Redskins here in this site I'm looking at, Sean. Not very progressive of them. Then give me the Titans +2 and the Steelers -3.5. And for the last leg, I'm completely off on the Bears. Give me the Saints. They roll. So again, Bills -4, Redskins /football team +6, Titans +2. Saints -6, Steelers -3.5. All first half bets, Sean. That's going to pay nice. That's going to pay you about 20 to 1. So good luck. God bless. If you really want to have fun, you can round robin that bitch. Have action all weekend long.
And I just threw in a DraftKings stack of Mr. Unlimited with Lockett and Metcalf coming back with Cooper Kupp going the other way. So we'll see how that goes. That felt like a fun one that I didn't have enough of. All right. Is that it, Kramer?
Yeah, let's. I mean, we got 4 minutes till games.
Yeah, we got to get some last second bets in here.
We're gonna be on. We're gonna be on Locker Room all weekend, pre and post game. Sean, do all the business.
After the Washington Football Bucks game, we'll be hopping on live, doing a little quick recap show of the Saturday action and gambling simulcast with live updated odds. BetterViewLive.com. BetterViewLive.com. BETTOR ViewLive.com. Just hit join demo. That will be starting at 8 p.m. So we got 2 late night streams coming your way. Follow all the action over on Twitter at Gambling Podcast, and make sure you check out the Locker Room app. Download that so you can call in.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Let's go Bills, baby.
Kramer, let it ride.